Nerdist, because wow, Mike, we're playing some Rogue One Russian roulette on today's Nerdist News. Your voice went so high. For all its planetary genocide and Ewok killing sprees, Star Wars has a pretty low body count when it comes to its main cast. Sure, wave after wave of faceless stormtroopers may serve themselves up for bowcaster target practice on the reg, but how often do we see a character die whose name we actually know? Okay, a character whose name we actually know that wasn't begging to get killed off for the last 30 years. Like anyone knows those guys' names without consulting Wikipedia. Anyways, the Living Force sure does seem to smile upon our friends in a galaxy far, far away, but all that might change in just a few weeks. That's when the first Star Wars story, Rogue One, hits theaters, and let's face it, we kind of had the ending to it spoiled about 4 decades ago. After all, it's not like we see Jyn Erso, K2, or any of our other Rogue One friends in A New Hope or beyond, which means most or even all of them probably won't survive their big Death Star spy mission, and that seems even more certain now that Disney has announced that Rogue One will not be getting a sequel. But that leaves us wondering, who will live, who will die, and who will go on to be digitally inserted into Return of the Jedi Special Edition 7.6? Well, break out your wager cubes and get ready to gamble, because we're telling you the odds, whether you like it or not, in our Rogue One Death Star Deadpool.
Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, let's start with some easy money. Call sign guy. You know, the dude from the trailer who got the fun job of titling the movie.
Rogue.
Yeah, him. Odds of dying, 1 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
Sorry, call sign guy, but you're not sounding really confident right now. Expect him to blow his whole team's cover 5 seconds after setting foot on the Death Star when he runs to Darth Vader to beg for forgiveness. Next up, it's the assassin we're all excited to see at the movies this holiday season. Sorry, Fassbender. Baze Malbus. Baze is a killer for hire who is described as having little belief in the living force. Sounds like a real atheist in the Death Star trenches stories to us. We're expecting to see his faith in the Force restored throughout the course of the movie, just in time to get the ghost treatment when he gets killed towards the very end. Move towards the blue translucent light, Baze Malbus. It's better there. You get to lurk at Ewok parties with Yoda and Hayden Christensen. Odds of dying, 3 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
Now we come to the toughest call in our lineup, Chirudimwe, the blind warrior monk. So many factors to weigh on this one. Sure, he's blind, but then again, we see him kicking some major ass in the trailer. But then again, it would be pretty in keeping with Star Wars to have the wise spiritual dude die at some point. But then again...
Hey, Jess?
Yeah?
Celebration.
Oh yeah, we already know that he dies because the actor who plays Baze Malbus spoiled it at Star Wars Celebration this year. Well, never mind. All right.
Tell me the odds.
And odds of dying, 100%! Thanks for ruining our fun, Jiang Wen. Okay, now who wants to roll the dice on some droid death? Because we've got K2SO up to bat. He's an Imperial Enforcer droid who's working for the Rebellion after getting his memory wiped. But come on, you guys. We've been watching Westworld. We all know that just because a robot's memory gets wiped doesn't mean that it's going to stay wiped. And we think some of those lingering Imperial commands are gonna creep their way back into his robo-brain at some point, forcing him to turn against his new rebel besties. Naturally, this will all just be a prelude to a very Iron Giant-esque plot twist where K2 rebels against his programming and asserts his free will, just in time for a very Iron Giant-esque bit of self-sacrifice. You are who you choose to be, K2, and he's gonna choose to be scrap metal. Odds of offlining, 5 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
Now, Rogue One isn't all new characters. There are some returning Star Wars faves that we might see going to that big trash compactor in the sky. No, not him. We're pretty sure Darth Vader makes it out of this one alive, unless our midichlorian clone theories all turn out to be true. We're actually talking about this guy.
If you continue to fight,
Yup, Saw Gerrera. This ain't his first Star Wars rodeo, even if it's his first time being portrayed by Oscar-winning actor Forrest Whitaker. Saw has shown up previously in the animated series Clone Wars and Rebels, as well as a few Star Wars novels. Now in the trailers, Saw is giving us some serious Obi-Wan vibes, stoic, sensible, and spiritual, which would seem to peg him as a sure thing for death. Except we think Gareth Edwards might just be clever enough to throw us for a small loop on this one and let the wise old dude live. That, combined with the fact that Disney probably doesn't want to to ditch one of the few characters that links Rogue One to its other Star Wars properties is making us tentatively optimistic about his chances of survival. Odds of dying, 10 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
Next up, Space Monkey. Nope, sorry, not gonna happen. Disney isn't stupid enough to kill off a friggin' adorable little space monkey. That thing is gonna have its own cartoon show by next year. Odds of dying?
Approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
And finally, we gotta end this with a heart-wrenching daddy-daughter death pool. There are 2 Ursos in this movie, Rebel spy girl Jyn and her Death Star building daddy Galen, and one of them has got to go. After all, it just wouldn't be Star Wars without a teary-eyed family farewell scene. But which Urso is marked for extermination? Well, wouldn't it be interesting if Disney bucked expectation, killed Jyn, and forced her grief-stricken father to fight on in her name? It sure would be. It's also never gonna happen. Sorry, but that's just a Death Star too far for the folks at Disney. So you can bet that Papa Urso is gonna go down saving his daughter's life. Odds of Galen dying and Jyn living, 100 goddamn %.
Never tell me the odds.
Shut up! Well, those are our predictions anyway. How do you guys think this will all pan out once Rogue One opens December 16th? Are our Force visions accurate? Always in motion is the future. That was terrible. So you tell me in the comments below and let's discuss. Join us over at Nerdist.com/Twitch today at 3 p.m. for an all-new Nerdist News Talks Back. Did you guys catch yesterday's Mothership where Hector and I tasted horrible Japanese candy I brought back from Japan? Well, subscribe to the 30-day free trial on Alpha and you can projectalpha.com. Projectalpha.com. I need Hypnotoad's eyes. Check us out over at Nerdist.com and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Nerdist news. And that candy was f***ing disgusting.